You're recording.
Hello, my name is Steve, and I just wanted to make what I hope is a fairly short video about this game, Instant Action Baseball. I got this for Christmas when I was 11 or 12 years old in the mid 70s, and I've never seen it, well, obviously before or since. I believe it was made in like 1976. I did find an ad that just popped up recently when I did a search on it. It's a product of Errand Imagineering. And anyway, it's a baseball game based on playing cards. It's not a simulation where you're simulating a season. But it's got some pretty cool parts to it. Here's the board, the main playing field. And it's got these, I haven't had this out of the box in probably 40 years as well. It's got this part here that it had a little screw that would hold that. And as you can tell by the picture on the box, it had a wall here with a scoreboard on it. It had a center field. And then it had balls, strikes, and outs over here on this side. And then it had these little things here that were like the foul pole area. And there's the right field wall. It's got the balls, strikes, and out that went over there. And now what's funny is this is the score sheets that came with it, and that's probably from an APBA game I played, because I'm almost 100% sure it is. But I love the score sheets for APBA, and when I was a kid, I just kept score without really doing anything official, like, 1, 2, 3 for the positions. There's the playing cards that went with it, and the little men, and all the dust that was in the box. Okay, so there's one. They came in half sheets, and I would get my dad to take the little half sheets to work and put them together so I could have a full sheet on one sheet of paper. And here's the instructions.
You're going too fast. I don't get to see what you're...
Here's the instructions, and here's the center field score thing that kind of explains what the cards meant. It's got 29 pages of instructions, and there's the center field thing that went here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Sherco baseball game, which some of you are familiar with that. So let me pull some of these out. So it's got these little men here. That looks like a pitcher. That looks like probably a fielder of some sort. It's got these little magnets that had the numbers that, went up here on the scoreboard. So you could put your numbers for, the score and the innings and all that. And let's see here. There's some zeros. So now here's the interesting thing. These little things here, these went in these little bases, the little magnetic base, and they would string together. Apparently I've lost some of them because there's only a couple in here. So these represented where the ball went. So, if it went in this, let me see if there's another one. Here's a short one. Here's a couple short ones. these are, oh, this was the first one, so this must be the one that went on home plate. So when the ball was hit, and like I said, everything went off the playing cards. I guess whether it was a, let's see, first card was the top, grounder. An ace through a 2 was a grounder. A 3 to 6 was a grounder. A 7 was a pop-up. An 8 was a pop-fly. 10 or 9 was a fly ball. And a queen through king was a liner. And I guess you draw your first card to get that. Your second card, C rules if outside pitch or if king is angle card. So probably meant if it was going to, go in the air and then skip through the infield or whatever. Your pitching, in, out, down fast, a foul ball, a bunt distance. Anyway, you've got different things there. And these, I guess if you had 2 of these for a ground ball, you would know, if the ball was in the air or not. Here's so the ball could go all the way to center field, or at least the string representing the flight of the ball can. So, if it was high enough, then it could go over the fence. Anyway, I just thought this was pretty neat. I was going through my closet the other day and saw this, and thought it was fairly interesting. There's a batter there. Here's the catcher. There's a runner. So say he's a runner on first. And there's a left-handed pitcher, it looks like. And I do have more of these little things representing the flight of the ball. Yeah, I've got several of these. Huh, who knew? So, like I said, this is the first time I've opened this box in easily 40 years, if not longer. Because it's the type of game that probably held my interest for a few days. But then once I discovered APBA, nothing else probably really mattered much. Here's another base runner. So we could theoretically have bases loaded. Put the batter here. This would probably represent an on-deck batter. So we'll put him over here in the on-deck circle. Here's an infielder. Here's another little bit of a liner, I guess. So and I'm really making this video too to make people aware of the game, because I'm guessing there wasn't many people aware of this game. And also see if anybody's heard of the game, because I've mentioned it to a few people and nobody's ever really heard of it. So I've got my, looks like another pitcher. Interesting, this game was made in the 70s, and I have, is that another pitcher? Yeah, I've got 4 pitchers, 2 right-handed pitchers, 2 left-handed pitchers. One is black and one is white. This looks like a first baseman. He's got his glove up like he could be holding a runner on base. So we'll put the runner here like or put him near here's another batter. I've got 2 white batters and 1 black batter. I'm sure there's another black batter in here. Here we go. Here's the other black batter. So it was a racially diverse game. So there's my right-handed. I put my right-handed batters over here. Anyway, I just thought this game was thought it was interesting. There's another one that might come right after the, you could see the trajectory of the hit that may or may not keep going up. And but I thought it was very interesting. Here's another infielder or outfielder. Oh, I've got a black base runner, so we are racially diverse on the bases as well. All the possibilities of numbers for scoring. Here's another base runner. We'll have him over here stretching, getting ready to go in and pinch run. Here's another fielder. He could be a center fielder. Number 7, well, that's obviously got to be a center fielder. Doesn't have any stickum on it, but I'll stick it with that one. We'll make number 7's got to be a center fielder because that would represent Mickey Mantle. That's number 9, which if that's an outfielder, the number 7's probably the left fielder. Here's number 2. I guess that's the second baseman. We'll make him the shortstop. Here's another trajectory thing. We'll put that out here. And let's see what else we got here. We got 2 more. Or I've got another fielder. That's probably another outfielder. A couple more bases or platforms, I guess, for fielding baseballs. There's another one of those. And that's all my little. So from what I can tell, aside from it being a little beat up, it appears I probably have all the game parts. I mean, the main thing you need are the trajectory things and the thing to put the outside wall together, which I could probably put that together with a little bit of tape and whatnot. So, and these screws are basically here because that's what held things together. Imagineering was probably, or Errand Imagineering was probably some type of engineering company that I remember the thing I didn't like about the game was that it wasn't I wasn't using real major league ball players, and by the time I was that age, like a lot of kids that age, I was crazy about baseball, collecting baseball cards. My dad took me to some Braves games. That was 76 was the year the Lookouts came back to town, and they've been in operation since then. So, it's just baseball has always been my first love as far as sports goes, and always liked it the most and the best. And yeah, that's just a quick summary of what we got here. I've got the 9 fielders. Probably we can put the bullpen out here, and we can have a bullpen over here for the other team.
Bobby Joe wants to be on camera.
I'm sure she does. She's a glory hound. So
She's a diva.
yeah. So anyway, that's what we have here. It's just a simple game activated by playing cards that I'm sure they probably thought of when they were kids, and when they became engineers, they were able to come up with this pretty nifty looking board. And this would probably be a good board to use when I'm rolling my APBA games, just as instead of a dice tower, I could roll the dice on here. But like I said, it reminded me of Sherco. and just thought it was pretty interesting. So I just wanted to make people aware of this, and that's pretty much all I have. So thanks a lot, and if you know of the game or you'd heard of the game, leave some comments down below. And if you have any questions, drop me a line. I try to answer in a timely manner. If you have any questions or comment, just leave them below, and I'll try to get back to them as I see them. And I'm just really curious if anybody has any awareness of this game. If you get a hankering to like or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you, and goodbye.